Arsenal get given Premier League title race boost as club release surgery statements. Arsenal's upcoming Premier League opponents, Newcastle United, have been handed a major injury blow. One of Arsenal's upcoming opponents in the Premier League have been handed a major injury blow. The Gunners are due to face Newcastle United next month as the title race enters its final weeks. Arsenal currently have a 9-point lead over Manchester City at the top of the Premier League table, although they have played one game more than their title rivals. The Gunners are scheduled to face Newcastle on April 25th, a few weeks after the Premier League resumes following the international break, and it seems that the Magpies will be without one of their key players. Newcastle have confirmed that Sven Botman has undergone surgery after suffering a head injury in their 2-1 defeat to Sunderland in the Tyne-Wear Derby on Sunday afternoon. Botman was withdrawn in the first half as a concussion substitute for Newcastle, and now the Tyneside club have offered an update on the defender's fitness. Newcastle United defender Sven Botman has undergone successful surgery from a facial fracture. The statement from Newcastle read, "Following concussion protocol, the Dutchman was substituted after suffering the injury during the second half of Sunday's game against Sunderland at St James Park. Sven is not expected to be sidelined for an extended period and hopes to be available again during the closing weeks of the season. Everybody at the club wishes Sven a swift recovery." As a result of the injury, Newcastle expect that Botman will be unavailable for several weeks, which likely means that the defender will be sidelined for the clash against Arsenal on April 25th. Eddie Howe's team were without Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali, Lewis Miley, Fabian Schär and Emil Kraft for the defeat to Sunderland through injury, but are expected to welcome back some players to the match-day squad in the weeks ahead. Newcastle have Premier League matches against Crystal Palace and Bournemouth after the international break, before facing Arsenal towards the end of next month. The Gunners' schedule, by comparison, is much busier with fixtures in 3 competitions across next month. Mikel Arteta's side will take on Southampton on April 4th in their next match, as they look to reach the semi-final of the FA Cup and bounce back from their defeat to Man City in the Carabao Cup final. After that, Arsenal will take on Sporting Lisbon in the first leg of their Champions League quarter-final before returning to Premier League duties on April 11th at home to Bournemouth. Gabriel Magalhaes injury update as 5th Arsenal player withdraws from international duty. Gabriel Magalhaes was due to represent Brazil during the upcoming international break, but the Arsenal defender will now stay behind in London. Arsenal defender Gabriel Magalhaes has withdrawn from the Brazil squad for upcoming international friendlies against France and Croatia. According to the CBF, Gabriel has been suffering from pain in his right knee. Following tests, the decision was made that he would be able to feature for Carlo Ancelotti's break in their 2 friendlies in the United States. They said in a statement released on Monday afternoon, Arsenal defender Gabriel Magalhaes is out of the friendlies against France and Croatia. Following the match this Sunday, 22 against Manchester City in the final of the English League Cup, the player complained of pain in his right knee. Imaging scans confirmed that Gabriel Magalhaes is not fit for the matches in this FIFA international window. No other player will be called up to replace him. The 28-year-old was able to complete the game much like his defensive partner William Saliba, who will also sit out of France's friendlies against Brazil and Colombia in the United States. The France Football Federation claim Saliba's left ankle has a minimum period of 10 days rest. Jurien Timber and Eberechies also both withdrew from the Holland and England squads respectively after missing the final due to ankle and calf injuries. Timber has been absent since being substituted in the first half of Arsenal's 2-0 Premier League win over Everton on March 14th. Meanwhile, has picked up his muscle issue in the 2-0 Champions League triumph over Bayer Leverkusen. Leandro Trossard has also now withdrawn from Belgium's friendlies in the United States against World Cup hosts US and Mexico due to his recent hip injury. While Trossard has recovered well since being forced off against Mansfield Town in the FA Cup, it's understood he's been managing the pain and he'll now stay behind with Arsenal a bit to maintain his fitness. The Gunners do not return to action Saturday, April 4th, when they head to Championship side Southampton in FA Cup quarter-final action.